What's up, everybody? It's LGD Set here, and this is Milk Road Degen for Thursday, July 17th. The big memes are on the move. Well, they've been moving all week, and today we're going to talk about them. We got BONK, we got SPX, we got FARTCOIN. I'm also going to share a meme that is ready to bust out pretty good. A little bit hesitant, but I'll share why. But there is one meme that is making that perfect cup and handle little motion. So we're going to talk about that one. We're also going to talk about a token that is launched that I'm still trying to learn a little bit more. So we're going to learn together, which is always a lot of fun to do on the show. And then at the very end, if there's time, we'll talk about two other meme coins that I think are kind of neat right now, but need a bit more research before we go into them. Before we get into it, I want you to head over to the Milk Road Degen channel. Maybe you're watching this on the Milk Road Degen channel, and you go to that linked, that pinned tweet right there at the top, and you sign up for Milk Road Degen Pro. Okay, that shit is kicking off this week. With that, you get ape/sell signals from me. We're gonna be starting that maybe today in the Discord, so make sure you sign up and get your ass in the Discord. You get the weekly pro report from me, which is more like a diary of telling you what I actually traded this week, which I don't always share on the show. Of course not. I'm keeping it a little secret. And of course, AMAs, which the first one is Tuesday. So bring, if you want to be part of that AMA, you can submit questions soon. You can submit your portfolio so that I roast it. The first one is Tuesday next week, and I'm going to be doing that instead of this daily show. So that's the way to get in. It's 20% off right now. So it's $20 a month. You sign up in that link that's right below it, right here. You sign up right here. Right in this pinned tweet, the way you scroll down, $20 a month. Sign up, brings you to this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Milk Road page that the squad has cooked up. You want to click on the one on the right here. Okay, launch sell, Degen Pro monthly. You can do annually, maybe a little cheaper, but you can do monthly right here. Get in on it. Expires in 6 days. Don't wait. Sign up so you can hang out with me every single day in the Discord. Also, there's a channel in there. For all pro members, there's a channel in there in Discord where people ask me questions every day, and I usually answer. So pretty sweet. Before we continue, nothing on the show is financial advice, guys. Make your own decisions. We're maybe late in the cycle. Maybe there are no more cycles, but man, things are getting hot. Okay, so let's go over to this. Ansem, on and off, biggest influencer in crypto or crypto Twitter. SPX6900 making a new all-time high is the best alt season indicator one could ask for. That coming yesterday morning, right after the show went live. Thanks, Ann. Some perfect timing. And SPX making a new all-time high, I think, today. Look at this thing. Just popping off. Just no friggin' chill at all on this SPX 6900. If you don't know what SPX 6900 is, well, it's obviously one of the biggest memes that there is. But it's the meme is very simple. It wants to flip the S&P 500. I don't know if I've ever looked at the website. So let's look at it. Oh, it's just a bunch of fake headlines. Kind of like Clickhole. If you ever went to that website way back in the day, shout out Clickhole. Excuse me. So SPX breaking all-time highs here. Look at that. Not even close, man. The last time, hold on, actually, let's zoom out. Is this actually an all-time high? Let's go weekly. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah. So the last time it got this close to an all-time high was back in January before the big Trump disaster. That's when it was at 1.5. And this thing has been around, for almost 2 years now, but didn't really gain traction until Murad started talking about it. So you can see that this thing's been in price discovery basically since yesterday, really, or for a couple days now. When did it break that 150? Yesterday. Yeah, it kind of blew right through this little line that was here. So there's no sky on the limit. I think at this point in the cycle, you have to keep in mind that there are a few, let's go to coin market cap. Let's look at the meme table. There are a few memes from past cycles that are kind of the leaders of the charts. Dogecoin, Shiba, Pepe. And now I think the big question is, who is going to hang out with them forever after that? I'm going to exclude Trump and Pudgy Penguins from this because those are kind of different situations. They're not just pure meme coins. They're a little bit different. But SPX, and BONK, we're going to talk about BONK in a second. But SPX, if you remove these top four and Trump and Pudgy, is the leader over FARTCOIN, which we'll also talk about in a second, kind of clearly crushing a lot of the other stuff that came up this cycle, like Mog and Brett, Popcat, pretty much dead in the water. So the real question is here, if Bitcoin pumps to 150, 200K, ETH breaks all-time high, goes to 5K, whatever that is, and Solana maybe goes back to all-time high, $250 bucks. What happens with these memes? right? What happens to SPX 6900? Does this just shoot all the way up, right, and join the Pepes here at market cap almost 6 billion? Does it go all the way to Shiba at 8 billion? I know Murad, who's the guy who pretty much engineered the huge pump on SPX originally, he's pretty convinced that these things are going to go to 10 billion each, which would be insane. You really have to believe in a golden bull run here. I don't really believe that. I think there's other assets that have more upside than that, because even if SPX went to 10 billion, that's only a 5x if you're buying it right now, which to me is not as attractive to meme coin buyers, let's call it. But at the same time, we're at that point in the cycle where things start to get kind of nutty, and you never know what could happen, right? It could be like, oh, there's 5 payment coins for X now, and one of them is SPX, which would be so stupid. But that could happen. There's a lot of weird shit that happens in those, like, peak froth moments of bull markets, which is where we're at. So SPX, kind of the big leader in terms of momentum and breaking all-time high. FARTCOIN starting to catch up a little bit, right? FARTCOIN, 1.5 billion, so it's not too far behind, but it's not even close to all-time high. FARTCOIN had that extra boost though, because it was part of the AI meta, and it still is. But you can see that it had an all-time high back in May, right? This is kind of funny. It kind of came back to not all-time high, yearly high, bounce back high, let's call it. It kind of went up to 1.5 here when things rebounded in May, all the way up from 200 million, which is amazing. But it's not near that all-time high. And you can see that it had a previous resistance in early January at that 1.5, and that for only a day did it get to 2.6 and never really held for more than 48 hours above even like 1.75 billion. So FARTCOIN to me is actually also worthy of watching. You see printing another huge volume candle today. Both these memes very good, but you have to wonder again, are we in this altcoin season, like Ansem's saying, where the memes are going to really start to rocket? It's totally possible. Institutional investors, people with deeper pockets, probably more interested in this than all the shit coins that we kind of look at. So I don't know what the move is. This isn't really my style. The other token that's been moving up is BONK. So let's look at BONK. And BONK has more reason to move up because they have their own platform now. Useless is on that platform. They have a lot of the other memes kind of coming up from that platform. Let's look at their weekly chart, which is amazing. BONK hasn't even been around for that long. So you can see that BONK right now is kind of broken, has really rebounded. It was sub $1 billion during those lows, and is now looking like a clear kind of rocket back up to the sun. So these are 3 tokens, right? These are the 3 kind of like, are they going to join the echelons of the greats? I could easily see SPX and FARTCOIN catching up to BONK because they definitely seem to have more momentum. These are not really my types of tokens. So I don't know what the move is. If you're a leverage player, maybe it's something you want to look into because these have so much volume and I don't see them having like huge dips right away, right? It's usually when these big things like these types of these memes start to catch fire, it's kind of hard to stop them, right? So anyways, something to look at. BONK, SPX, FARTCOIN. Wanted to mention them on the show because we never look at big meme tokens, but I do want to look at one meme that could be joining those. And we've talked about Useless a million times. So we're not going to look at Useless, but we're going to look at Startup. So Startup is part of the Believe ecosystem. Let's pull up that chart of Believe tokens. So Believe, remember launch coin, blah, blah, blah. Believe down hard today, down to 125 million. But you can see, look at that. Look who's number 2 right now is Startup. And Startup is a pure meme coin. It's literally just called Startup. And what I like about this token is that while this whole ecosystem kind of struggles to produce any winners, let's be honest here, right? A lot of red here, a lot of FUD around this stuff. These are all like pretend kind of Web 2, Web 3 startups, right? All these like, startup ideas. Startup is a meme of that, right? It's a useless token. It doesn't do anything. Their Twitter account is literally just like memes of people launching startups, which is hilarious, like fake TED Talks, all that kind of stuff. Can you? That's not the guy who started it. Oh, this is the guy who started it. This is the guy who started it. I didn't even know there was a dude who had started it. He's not even talking about it anymore. Anyways, I like this token a lot. You can see I drew a lot on the charts. I'm just going to erase that. I've been kind of watching this one for a while because I really liked its momentum back when I was writing a Believe article a little while back. So you can see that this thing launched hard with all the other launch coin stuff, went deep into its like dead zone down here. Then when launch coin started coming back at the end of June, I think it started to pound up with it. And as launch coin has kind of gone back down, so has this one. But this is we're only looking at a 2-month-old meme coin here, but this is a nice little kind of cup and handle, right? We're looking at that little that little, classic. And this is usually what people say happens to Bitcoin, right? So this is like a 2 years long cycle for Bitcoin when you draw this kind of chart. But it doesn't mean it doesn't make it not a chart. It doesn't invalidate the part where it's a chart. And you can see that there's a lot of like defense. It's silly to talk about these meme coins like that. There's a lot of defense here in the $26 million range, which is what kind of got me interested about it because I saw it moon and then I saw it kind of crash back down, and I've seen that it's kind of held, never really closed really below too far, 26 million, 25 million, and now has been trying to break out. So what I'm looking for right now, I haven't bought in. I've got funds set aside for it. Is I'm looking for this bad boy to kind of give me a little bit of confirmation. I want to see some volume on it. I've started to see some whales sizing into it. So if we go over Nansen and you're in the paid Nansen tier like I am, this yellow line is the smart money kind of starting to size into this. So you can see even in the last week, they've added 2 million tokens worth, not $2 million, but 2 million tokens to their kind of share. You can see they dumped off at the end of June. And now it's been kind of slowly creeping back up. A few whales getting back in there. Public figures, I don't even know who that is, but people with linked accounts also up quite a bit in the last little bit. So KOL is kind of starting to size in. So a lot of different insight there. To me, this is one that I'm heavily watching for a big move because I think if it breaks out above 45K, even better if Launchcoin isn't doing well, or 45 million, I think this could easily start to really move. So one to watch is startup. Launchcoin, like I said, I had this range for buying, but man, this thing sucks, man. This token is so unhappy. It's an unhappy token. Look at that. Yeah, we're kind of making lower highs right here. Can't really break that back out. I think this thing's going to crash out and go like this before it kind of comes back. I think that's what's going to happen to little Launchcoin, unless they have some kind of catalyst. All right, what time we got? Okay, 3 more minutes. I don't want to go too long on these. So 3 more minutes. There's 3 different tokens I wanted to talk about. So let's see how fast we can get through them. I'll do them quick. Okay, Pigeon, PJN. Okay, so this token, I wanted to buy it if it broke out above 2.6 million. It did not. It crashed back down. It launched only just this morning. God, how do you just give me the fucking Twitter? There we go. This guy is basically, apparently they're attaching like a bunch of drone equipment to a pigeon, and it's going to fly around. Hold on, we're going to scroll down to it. Where is it? Here we go. There's the pigeon. Here's the beautiful lab couple. Here's the pigeon wearing a little sensor on his head. And this is like a DeSci project, okay? Decentralized science project where they're going to send a pigeon out and track its movements. That's the token. There's nothing else. It seems kind of legit. Walls was tweeting about it. And they had yappers. So that's why Walls was tweeting about it, because they had yappers, and here's all the information about it. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Kind of interesting, but the volume has really, really, really died in the last like little bit. Can I not just see 5-minute volume, 10K, 1 hour volume, 220K? It had a lot of volume this morning. See, 6-hour volume is 728. So 7.28 million. So it's really, really died off here. Let's look at something a little tighter, 15-minute chart. Yeah, this thing's dying off. So I am watching that one. The other one is NFD. So NFD is this like, I think it used to be a website called Fractional, but basically Bureau of Internet Culture, where they kind of like own these different memes and liaise with the creators, and they have a token. Yesterday, Andy tweeted about it. Who Andy is kind of our oracle a little bit on the show, where he had mentioned Launchcoin before it blew up. He mentioned Mamo, which is kind of what got me into it. So you can see that this thing is a very, very, very old token, almost all the way back to the last cycle, in fact. But this week has been seeing some action. Whether it can break through that or not, I don't know. It is on ETH. It does have on mainnet. It does have a huge amount of liquidity locked up. And usually when Andy's tweeting something bullish, I'm usually into it, but I'm just monitoring this one for now. I haven't aped. Only 100 people bought into this in the last 24 hours. So really not bullish on that. Very little price action. So something to monitor, but not really something I look for because it doesn't have enough volume. Last thing I'm going to share with you is Black. So this one is on Avalanche, and it's launched by 2 pretty big KOLs, Alex Becker and I don't remember the other guy. Anyways, this one, I kind of followed this one for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's just a DEX. Yeah, it's a DEX on Avalanche, I guess, or maybe it's a DEX for a lot of other things. Let's go explore it a little bit, and then we'll wrap out the show. Yeah, I totally signed up for this at some point. Black Hole's groundbreaking DEX designed to serve as a unified liquidity hub for all blockchain projects on Avalanche. So it's a liquidity hub for Avalanche. Let's see how this ranks. It's already at a $39 million. Let's see. Let's give ourselves pair age 1 million hours. Let's see how it ranks in terms of all Avalanche tokens. So, I mean, it's already like fourth after day. It's already above Arena, which is the social media network that we've covered many times. I don't know what Guns is. I'm assuming Guns is launched on Black, and that's why people were stoked about it. AVAX is kind of a tough one, but this one, launched by some pretty big names, I guess. I don't know. I wish we had more reason to believe in it. I'm gonna keep looking into it because there's an airdrop. Did I get an airdrop? Deposit and stake liquidity. I didn't know you could do an airdrop. Maybe I got an airdrop. Let's see. Anything else I can learn about this? No, their website doesn't really tell you much. $20 million TVL in 5 days. Okay, right. So they're just a DEX. They're a DEX for Avalanche. Partnering with other Avalanche people like Anon. Yeah. I don't like this girl. I don't like this anime. I don't like these. Anyways, that's one to keep in mind. Probably not anybody who watches the show is gonna buy that, but some are gonna track. Anyways, that's it for Milk Road Degen today. Make sure you sign up for Pro because we're gonna be sending out signals very soon, doing the AMA next week, and the first Pro report comes out tomorrow. And the only way you can get that is signing up for Milk Road Degen Pro. So make sure you head over there and sign up. Otherwise, I'll see you right back here on the stream tomorrow morning. Have a good Degen afternoon.